The black door. No one remembered when the black door first appeared. It had no handle, no lock, no hinges that anyone could see, yet it stood firmly at the end of the hallway in the abandoned government hostel on the outskirts of the city. The building itself was old, damaged by time and neglect, but the door looked different. It was not ruined. Its surface absorbed light instead of reflecting it, like a hole cut into reality. Students who lived there avoided the last floor where the door was located, not because of rumors alone, but because of the feeling. The air changed near it. Breathing felt heavier, and thoughts became slower, darker, almost borrowed from somewhere else. My name is Ion, and I made the mistake of living there. I moved into the hostel because it was cheap and close to my university. The warden warned me that the top floor was sealed, but repairs were ongoing, so students were strictly forbidden from going up there. I didn't ask why. I needed a place, not answers. On my first night, sleep did not come easily. The building made noises, pipes groaned, walls clicked, and sometimes there was a faint sound like something being dragged across concrete. I told myself it was old construction settling, nothing more. On the third night, while returning from late-night studies, I noticed something strange. The staircase lights on the fourth floor were on, even though no one lived there. At the far end of the hallway stood a door I had never seen before. It was pitch black, darker than shadows around it, and somehow larger than the other doors. I felt drawn to it without understanding why. As I stepped closer, my head began to ache, and the sound of my own footsteps became distant, as if I were underwater. I stopped when I noticed something that froze my blood. The door was breathing, not opening or moving, breathing. The surface rose and fell slightly, slowly, like a chest. I ran. That night, I dreamed of knocking. 3 slow knocks echoing endlessly, not on a door but inside my skull. From then on, things began to change. Every night at exactly 3:03 a.m., I woke up feeling watched. My room felt crowded even though I was alone. The corners looked darker than darkness should allow. One night, I heard footsteps outside my door. Slow, dragging footsteps. They stopped right in front of my room. Then came a sound that made my heart almost stop. Knocking. Knock, knock, knock. I held my breath. The knocking did not repeat. Instead, a whisper slid under the door like smoke. Ion, the black door is open. I did not sleep at all that night. The next day, I asked an older student about the fourth floor. His face turned pale. He told me the black door was not supposed to exist. Years ago, the building was used for psychological experiments, sleep deprivation, isolation, sensory manipulation. They sealed something they couldn't control. Some said it wasn't an experiment at all. It was a summoning. That night, the knocking returned. Not at my door, but from inside the wall behind my bed. The sound was wet this time, like knuckles hitting flesh. I screamed and backed away as cracks spread across the wall. From between them, black veins crept outward, branching like living things. The smell of rot filled the room. A voice spoke from inside the wall, layered, multiple, broken. You saw the door. Now the door sees you. I fled to the common area, shaking, only to find other students awake, staring blankly at nothing. One of them sat rocking back and forth, whispering, "It shows you what you left behind." Another started screaming suddenly, clawing at his eyes, shouting that something was standing behind his reflection. By the end of the week, 3 students disappeared. Security blamed runaways. The warden avoided questions. The black door was no longer only on the 4th floor. It began appearing in dreams, reflections, shadows. Sometimes I would blink, and it would be at the end of a corridor that wasn't there before. The final night came without warning. The fire alarm went off at 3:03 a.m. Everyone rushed toward the exit, but the stairwell led upward instead of down. The building folded in on itself like a bad dream. Walls stretched, doors multiplied, and the black door stood ahead, impossibly tall, pulsing slowly. This time, it had a handle. And the handle was warm. Around me, students screamed as shadows peeled themselves off the walls and crawled inside mouths, eyes, chests. Bones twisted, screams cut short. The door opened. Inside was not darkness. It was memories. Every regret, every fear, every guilt I had buried stood there, smiling, wearing my face. The door spoke, not in sound, but in certainty. I am the place where unfinished souls are stored. You opened me by looking. I felt my body dissolve, spreading into the walls, the floor, the door itself. I understood then, the black door does not kill. It absorbs. It feeds on awareness. Morning came. The hostel was empty. Today, new students live there. They say there is a strange door that wasn't there before. A black door at the end of a hallway that feels too long. And sometimes, late at night, it knocks from the inside. Knock, knock, knock.